It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new national party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.
International Monetary Fund proposes ex-ante approach to building resilience in Grenada. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the news for today, Thursday, February 14th, I am Leslie Ann Johnson. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, is proposing a shift in focus from ex-post to ex-ante approach to building resilience for Grenada. Building resilience was one of the key themes highlighted during the visit of a high-level IMF delegation this week, headed by Deputy Managing Director of the IMF, Mr. Tao Zhong. Mr. Zhong said building resilience is more effective than responding after a natural disaster, and it can also help to boost growth and private investment over time. He said this shift will help to safeguard the significant gains Grenada has recorded in managing its economy.
If you're speaking of these natural disasters, we know this is not necessarily just a possibility. It's a question of when. It's not a question of if. So we have to prepare ourselves well. In the past, what we are doing is, we just respond or be responsive or passively responsive when the natural disaster hit. Now, of course, that's important. We have to respond. We have to be responsive. But more importantly, we realize that we have to move ahead and prepare ourselves in advance. So what we call it, the ex-ante resilience building effort. So that's a core part that we are trying to work together with the government, and including the part on the sound macroeconomic framework.
Mr. Zhong said Grenada's economic performance has been quite solid as a result of the strong macroeconomic policies pursued by the government and the tough fiscal measures.
We think the government and the country is on the right track, and this is the beginning of that. It is not the end of the story, and we hope Grenada can provide a right case so that other countries in a similar situations like your neighbors can draw some lessons learned here, can draw some good experiences here to help them to prepare their work. I think because Grenada is, like I said early on, is one of the members in our big families, and we benefit each other, and we learn from each other. This is not just a matter of one-way flow of monetary terms, etc. But more importantly, the information, the knowledge flows, two-way flows. Sometimes we provide advice to the countries, and sometimes the countries' experiences show a good way for us so that we can also pass on to our other members. So we all benefit from this relationship.
Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Dr. the Right Honourable Keith Mitchell, also acknowledged the need for a shift in focus, saying the actions we take in the preparedness and mitigation phases of the disaster management cycle can significantly reduce our level of vulnerability and consequently the potential impact of a disaster. We are in effect building resilience. Dr. Mitchell added, we have done an excellent job of ensuring fiscal resilience and we must now broaden the scope of that to build true resilience.
We are cognizant of what we have done, as I mentioned just yesterday at the luncheon with the IMF team. Parliamentarians, partners, social partners, and we say to them, this journey is far from over. We now have to safeguard what we have achieved. We, those of us today, we have to leave a legacy for our children and grandchildren. We cannot now say because we have achieved where we are, then we go back to do business as usual. Now go and increase wages beyond our ability to sustain it. Just keep hiring people into the public sector and not obtaining sustainable growth in jobs. That does not help us. Try and give everything that you earn, particular pension increases that you cannot sustain. It hurts everybody, including the pensioners. So we have to be responsible. So, finally, government is already keenly aware of the significance of this and the resilience, the fiscal, infrastructure resilience, the financial resilience and social resilience that we must have as a country.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honourable Keith Mitchell left the country on Thursday for meetings of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank in St. Kitts, following which he will travel to New York to participate in independence celebrations with Grenadian nationals there. On Thursday, Dr. Mitchell participated in the afternoon session of the 3rd Annual Growth and Resilience Dialogue with Social Partners, which was held under the theme Building Resilient Institutions and Infrastructure for Sustainable Growth. The Annual Growth and Resilience Dialogue was introduced in 2017 as a means of raising the awareness of stakeholders on issues facing the ECCU and the development of strategies intended to foster growth within the currency union. According to an information document on the ECCB website, the forum places emphasis on a few key challenges to growth and generates strategies to addressing them. The document further states that the issue of regional transport infrastructure, gaps and market-based governance arrangements have been identified as the key areas for discussion at the 2019 edition of this event. Speaking to the media prior to his departure on Thursday, Dr. Mitchell described the Annual Growth and Resilience Dialogue as an important opportunity to bring together government leaders and the leadership of trade unions, non-governmental organizations, churches and other partners in the development process. The objective of Thursday's meeting were to focus more on institutional strengthening and infrastructure to share effective best practices for growth and resilience, to encourage the exchange of ideas and to forge further consensus on the key elements of the Growth Action Plan. On Friday, Dr. Mitchell, who is currently chairman of the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union, will chair the 93rd meeting of the Monetary Council. At the close of the meeting, Dr. Mitchell will lead a press briefing that will look at outcomes of that discussion. The Prime Minister will then travel on to New York, where he will participate in Grenada's 45th Anniversary of Independence Gala and Awards Ceremony, which will be held at El Caribe in Brooklyn. Dr. Mitchell is scheduled to return on Sunday. Minister for Infrastructure Development, Public Utilities, Energy, Transport and Implementation, the Honourable Gregory Bowen has been appointed Acting Prime Minister in the absence of Dr. Mitchell. This is the National Report. More news after the break. Continuing the news, 50 young people on Thursday graduated from a 3-month life skills and practical training, looking forward to facing the world of work. The program, Fostering Level-Headed Youth, or FLY, seeks to develop young people through skills training as a means of reducing youth unemployment. An emulation ceremony was held at the National Stadium on Thursday, marking the completion of the 3 months of training in restaurant and bar services and facilities maintenance in St. David and St. John. The Honorable Kate Lewis, Minister with Responsibility for Youth Development, says the skills acquired through the FLY program are the gateway to other opportunities.
You are now more empowered to improve your quality of life and that of your family and your community. You are now better equipped to make a lasting positive impact on the development of your community and your country on a whole.
Parliamentary Representative for St. David, the Honourable Oliver Joseph, spoke to the importance of using the training to maximize their potential.
It is important to have our people trained and certified so that they can take their rightful place in society. Society keeps evolving, and we have to train our young people to deal with this evolving society. So we have vehicles now that are keyless. You have tires that are tubeless. We have TV that are wireless. But we still have some people that are clueless. So we need to have people trained in order to deal with all these new challenges. And I'm pleased with the turnout from St. David. The number of young people that came forward and said they wanted to be trained. Because that is where it must start. It must start with you as the individual responding to the call.
And the Parliamentary Representative for St. John, the Honourable Alvin Dabrio, applauded the participants for adding value to their lives and increasing their human capital.
It gives me immense pleasure to be part of this graduating ceremony. There is no greater feeling of accomplishment than seeing our young men and women excel and develop personally, socially, academically, and professionally. You are now armored with knowledge that will make the battle of your daily lives easier, which will also help in combating unemployment.
And that's the National Report. I'm Leslie Ann Johnson.
Going on with the NNP, and we're just getting started. From candidate launches to contests, events, and breaking news, be in the know. Get notified first about big events and announcements. Plus, we're here to listen. We want to hear from you. Leave us a comment, tell us what's working and what's not. Like what we're doing? Let us know. The NNP is working for you. Interact with us on Facebook. Come on, Grenada, get connected. Like us on Facebook/NNP Grenada and keep moving.
Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new national party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.
It is said that education is the key to success. The Grenada Development Bank believes this to be the truth. Hence the reason we have made it our prerogative to ensure that your key is in safe hands with us.
Here is how you can unlock your success with an education loan from the GDB. We offer you 3 loan options. We've got our regular student loan, our work-study student loan, and our special student loan. Our regular student loan is for persons who wish to pursue full-time tertiary level education. If you are a permanent employee who wish to study while continuing your employment, then our work-study loan is for you. Our special student loan is in collaboration with the government of Grenada, geared towards vulnerable persons who would like to pursue higher level education. Remember, you must have proof of admission from a recognized institution here at home or abroad. All our loans are 100% financing with interest rates as low as 5%. Get your funding from GDB today for your tertiary level education, your technical training or vocational training, even professional development, with up to 12 years to repay. Your future success is today. Grab it now.